Hello, Hank.
Hi, Colin.
Yeah. Before we start, the concepts and terminology, the thing I was a bit concerned about, I mean, I can approve it and everything, but for the metadata, it's just Sam Smith is the author. Is he the author and all the other ones are contributors? Do they get listed in the metadata record as authors, as co-authors, or what?
No, most of them are like sole contributors. They could have changed one single typo,
Yeah, okay.
so they
Okay,
don't need to be in the
so the only author is Sam.
unless he decides
And,
otherwise.
and I'm waiting for him to decide.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, you can wait. You can wait forever because he's totally occupied.
I know. And
I,
and they turned off if it was ever on. Don't turn on the auto GitHub thing because you can't integrate DOIs and have auto GitHub Zenodo connection.
say that again, please.
Yeah,
So
still a little bit slower.
okay, in Zenodo, they have a plugin. You can
Yeah.
connect the plugin, you can use the plugin to connect Zenodo to your GitHub. So every time
Mhm.
you do an official release in GitHub,
Yeah.
Zenodo will put that release in as the next version on Zenodo.
All right.
However, that next version then gets a DOI, which is not present in your release. So then you go back and you put it in the release, but it's too late because it already turned into the
Yeah. Yeah.
Zenodo
It's
release.
it's, it's a
So
terrible
Oh,
administrative mess. Yeah. I know.
yes, yeah. So well, I mean, it's just they have a handy plugin, but it doesn't. What we want to do, it's the same. It's always a process that we want. We get a release tag on Zenodo.
Hmm.
We put that DOI, we get a release DOI on Zenodo. We put that Zenodo into the spec. Then you
Yep.
do a version release on GitHub and you
Yep.
copy that zip file into Zenodo under that DOI that was reserved.
Yeah,
That's
but you
all.
forgot the freezes of Spec Up T. I mean,
yeah, that's in
That
there
I don't
too.
know. That
yeah,
I don't know. You're
yeah.
right.
So Cor has gone through the process, and we've worked for several days on it. Well, not continuously, of course, but we tried to get it right. Like every step has to be perfect. If
Yeah.
you miss one step, you can start over new.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think in these times of what are we, 2026? It's absolute a waste of time, to be honest.
Because really we should just be delegating this all to an AI agent that just does all these steps and
Exactly.
takes care of it
I
for us.
wouldn't trust an AI
Come
agent
on.
for this.
Come on. Yeah. I
Um,
mean, I think I've spent with Core together, at least on my part already, 4 hours or 5 hours on this, just to get it
Wow.
right. Just to get it right. Because what happens is if you put something in the spec, you have to generate a spec. Do you miss one step? For example, npm run 4, which Core forgot one time. Then you can start over, and you first have to analyze that mistake. You have to find the mistake. It's really, and then of course non-responsive SAM that we
it's
have
a
at the
problem.
moment because yeah,
You can reserve a DOI
yeah,
Oh,
early, very early, and you can
yeah,
put it into all drafts of your spec.
yeah,
And then whatever the process is to get it right and then to do the release in GitHub, and then at the
yeah,
very end, copy that into Zenodo.
yeah. So
So
I think the 4 hours were mainly a learning curve.
yeah.
So learning curve to do it right. And I said to Core, we'll earn that back in the future. People will have the problem that we had now, and we will go through Kerry and Caesar, and then many other people might come, and they are hopefully they are willing to pay a small fee for that.
And okay, and I wanted to for trust over IP, I wanted to get that into because Drummond and I have been rewriting, not rewriting. I haven't added anything.
yeah.
Well, it's not true. I haven't changed the process so much as I sorted it better. And let me find,
When you
You want to
the
share the
process you're
screen?
referring to is the spec approval process?
Yes. Because
Okay.
then, and this is why it's related to today's spec up T, because we need to get the spec up T for trust over IP and then the process for it. So
Mhm.
I'm just going to show you. Who Hank, who is doing the did WebS specification release?
That's
Daniel.
two people. I think it's Ken Bull
Okay.
and Jonathan Rayback.
Rayback. That's it. Okay. Let me write that deliverable process. Okay, so Drummond, this is your document, and I've done track changes, and what's his name? Daryl O'Donnell is working through using this document right now to
Yes.
to
Mhm.
get through it, and
Yep.
it's so all I did. This is the same. It's just that we have it three steps. There's initiation.
Yep.
There's the review package
Yep.
and then these are referenced by it. So uh Nico did this already, but he kind of compressed it all thing. So it's just so I've asked Daryl to do this, and Jonathan and Kent should also do this. They fill out that form and they just say who's on their review committee. And here are the documents, and here are the major changes. There are no major changes because this is version 1.
Right.
And then the review package is that checklist that we came up with that Daryl is mostly through and that Nico had done, and the committee report which summarizes the checklist. And then Hank, I'm trying to, because you've been going through this whole process, then I've stuck at the beginning, at the end, what the steps that we need to do for publication.
Publication.
So
Yeah,
Daryl he already reserved himself a DOI. And so I say about how to mint a DOI, and I don't have it. Oh, and I found the link for persistent URLs in Trust over IP
Yes.
webpage.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
Perfect.
Hank, the last thing what I had said for the Zenodo, um, oh, where's my
yeah.
Zenodo? Sorry,
Oh, there you got. Oh,
this is it.
disappeared.
This is me on Trust over IP. I'm about
Yeah,
to accept or decline. This is what
it's
your
because
record looks like. It has
yeah.
Sam Smith with his orchid. And I had
Hmm.
said, oh, what if we put the link in here? Because if I click on this is to the zip and this is to the
Hmm.
repo, and when
Yeah,
people type the DOI, they get this page. And what I wanted them to very quickly be able to go to this page.
yeah, of course.
So if we
Well,
put a
and
link
you
in
want no,
here,
no, wait,
yeah,
not too fast. Please go to the freezes. So you want to go to the freeze 1.0, not to the latest. So what you see is the latest.
oh, okay,
So you
thank
go
you.
to versions, on top. There's on a, yeah, there's a button. It's called, yeah, that one. And then you have version 1.0. So here you see the, okay.
Oh, not type, version 1.0.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's the one. Yeah, that's the one you want to refer
okay,
to.
okay. So I cannot edit this record, but you can.
Oh,
So you put in, uh, I would put line 1, I would say,
in
uh,
Zenodo, you mean?
rendered, yeah, in Zenodo, I would say rendered version of the specification colon URL.
Yeah, rendered version of the compatible freeze, we call it.
Yeah,
So it has to be exactly the same number.
yeah. And that way, when I resolve the DOI, because let's see
Mhm.
here. When I resolve the DOI, latest version has the DOI. When I
Mhm.
resolve that DOI, oh, it should show up at Zenodo. So anywhere in anybody's specification, if they put the
Mhm.
DOI in as a link to the spec, It's great. It's going to stay stable for a long time, but this is the page they come to.
Yeah. And what is that
And
version 2 over there to the right?
yes,
That,
because what happened is that this thing was published
mhm.
and then it was edited. So now that's version 2.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
There
the
we go again.
versions, what you're saying is
So
they're versions of this particular document.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. Oh, okay, that's all right.
that's why,
Yeah, yeah.
and
We
that's
ignore
why.
it. Yeah.
So oh yeah, so I would hammer that home, and I would say authentic chain data containers version 1 release,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would say view the full specification or rendered specification here and give the link.
Yep.
And the
Yep.
rest of this is just you're not a hash, the full content, but then it's
Mm-hmm.
locked down.
Yeah,
And
what we've
so
done is we added the freeze into the hashed version. So that's why, you have the latest. We call
yes,
that 1.1, and that's
yeah,
always the spec of T shows always the latest.
yeah,
You have to freeze a specific version, and then you
yeah,
can
okay.
get to that via versions. And all that combined has been hashed into version 1 of Zenodo.
So what I would do, okay, so let me walk through this process. And
Mhm.
Drummond, when we make the spec up T specification for trust over IP, then the instructions are going to follow as well. And it's going to be you're drafting it. At any point, you can go to Zenodo and reserve a DOI, probably
Right,
towards the end of it. You reserve a DOI and you stick it in your draft specification.
right.
And
Mhm.
then you're all done. Then you do what Hank did, you freeze it. Then you do a version 1.0 release on GitHub.
Mhm.
Right.
And then you'd copy that zip into your Zenodo and you publish it and add it to Trust over IP.
Yeah. So what you can see in
Okay.
the AC/DC version is the three freezes. I want to explain them quickly to you. If you go back to the specification itself,
Da, 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 da,
uh,
da, da. There we go.
like up to yeah. Mhm. Take your time. We got a full hour.
Is this it, Hank?
No, no.
This?
This is Nodo. What we want is the spec of T.
Oh, you want,
Um,
okay. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, and then you click on that one. Yes. So you always see the latest. That's why we call it specification status versions 1.1.
Yeah.
If you click the versions, then you see the history. And what you can see is that we had version 1 trust over IP. Now, what is that? That is what you've decided
Approved?
upon. Yeah, you
Okay.
ratified that one.
Yeah.
Then version 1 draft is exactly the one that you just mentioned. It got the DOI
Or it
in there for
should.
the first time. Yeah.
Doesn't have it yet,
It
or
doesn't have it. Okay, so that's the difference. So I made a mistake. So
yeah.
this is the one without the DOI, but the draft. And then
Yeah.
the version 1 has the DOI.
Yeah. Doesn't, it just showed up in the
Doesn't
latest.
have it. Doesn't have it.
No, it did show up in the latest version.
Yeah, yeah, it did show up, but that's not good.
Yeah.
It should be in
But
version 1.0. So
yeah.
Core can
Okay.
start over new. He can start over new because he has to have the DOI in the version 1.0.
1.0.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And
I
then
don't know
we'll
why
have,
he hasn't. Why he didn't make that.
yeah. Okay.
Um, but yeah, he has to do it over anew because we can't
Oh,
have.
so should Philip be added as an author in Zenodo?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. AC/DC maybe yes. I'm sure for Caesar because he's been very active in Caesar. Um, so if Sam has him here as the author, I would say leave him there. Yes. Is
Okay.
he is he in the carry? You can easily change AC/DC for carry in the
Yeah.
URL, and then
So it
you can
needs to
have a
be
quick look.
updated into the Zenodo thing.
Yeah, if you, we haven't done carry yet because we first want to go through.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So there's no Philip in here, and then you
Yeah.
can Caesar. You can do Caesar as well. That's the quick way to go. That's strange. I don't see Philip here. But well, I'll have to ask Sam for that. I'll speak to him tomorrow about the conference anyway. And I got like 30 minutes, and it's always too little. Yeah. So
But
Philip,
maybe Drummond, should I add to the checklist that you have should I add something like you have reserved a DOI?
Yes, I will put it in there. Also, Carly, are we going to migrate that process document to the wiki?
Yeah, well, so first I wanted to get steering committee approval
To migrate to the wiki or of these changes?
of these changes because this is not the official process. I haven't gotten through to steering committee approval. We've all
Oh,
talked about it.
okay. I think it's, I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's fine. I
Okay.
mean, do you want to wait till the next meeting
It's
in two
just in 2
weeks?
weeks. It's in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
And Daryl, I'm okay with that because I'm getting feedback from Hank, I'm getting feedback from Daryl,
yeah.
and
Okay,
then
that
I
sounds good.
and then I can incorporate that in.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay,
Okay.
that'll be the plan. And then once we get that approval, then we can
Then I will
migrate it
put it
to
on the
the,
wiki. Yeah.
yeah, and that'll be very, very helpful, I
Okay.
think.
have you, Carly, have you, let's say, refresh your screen fully for that? Could you do that again? Because
Yep.
Cor is surprised that it doesn't have the DOI in the version 1.0 freeze.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pull up that screen and then I'm gonna go to it's funny, every time I go downstairs, my budgies are very loud and they're yelling at me because
Because you
I
put a cat in their cage.
no, I'm trying to get them onto vegetables. And they don't like their vegetables and they want their seeds. Okay. If I refresh, I'm not getting it.
No? Okay. That's bad news. He won't be happy that he has to do for the third time. But well,
It'll be much faster now.
yeah, I hope so. Um, yeah,
Wow, I this is a very long specification.
It's a very long specification. There's a ton.
Okay. I've been
yeah,
going through I've been doing bite-sized trust stuff about like some carry thematic points. So yeah. Okay. Core.
yeah, yeah. He says he thought that he had that was not necessary because it's the same spec. Well, I think that's well, I won't say anything about that remark because I've been talking it through like 100 times. Um,
I will hard code it into the deliverable process to make everything.
yeah.
And I don't have spec up T in here yet, Drummond, because we have to first come up with the template and then go from there. But then we
So
can
when
code
you
it in.
click that link that I've put in the chat, that's his version of the guide.
Yeah.
So that needs to be synced in full with your guide
Okay.
because
I will.
otherwise
Yeah.
you'll get
I'll move that beside.
yeah.
So yeah, when you're done with this, I want to talk about the spec up T-based template if we can.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm done.
Okay,
Except I lost.
you
No,
lost what?
I'm good. No, I have too many links.
What
I'm
a
good.
surprise.
I'm good. I'm done.
Okay, so the task ahead, and I've been telling everyone that because I had last week was all tied up in Napa, the H2H Summit and the Linux Foundation Member Summit and follow-on meetings, which all went very very well, by the way. This week I have to go on Wednesday to give a talk to the Y Summit on Thursday in LA, so it's a little bit disjoint too. But by next week, I want to dive in and I want to enlist Martina to assist in getting that template together. And so I'm just going to quickly walk through what I'm envisioning, which is we want to, hey, just to make sure we're on the same page, we want to create a standard spec up T template for trust over IP specs.
Yeah.
Okay. And we've got sort of the background, and this does not affect the ones that are going through the process right now. It's for new specs. We want to have this template for the specs we're starting for the decentralized trustgraph working group. And mostly it's a matter of, I want to make sure we basically start with spec up T. Now, spec up T has when you start up an instance, you get a standard template document. Am I correct? I think that's part of the configuration, is that you start out with a markdown document that it will create.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I thought so. The one time I had done it.
That's my understanding, but I'm double checking this with the god of spec up T that we have here on our conference.
Well, I'm not that god of God is the one. God is the one who knows all about front end.
Okay, the assistant god.
Yeah. I can ask the emperor whether you
The emperor. There you go.
join in.
But the basic idea is, as I understand it, when you start up a new instance of spec up T, it has a default markdown document that you start with. Is that right?
Yes. So you
So
have
what?
there's a boilerplate. That's what they use.
But yeah,
So he uses a boilerplate, and that generates that a blue colored white background uh, thing that you see, the how you call that, the front end or the theme, whatever,
yeah, yeah,
template. Yeah. I
yeah.
think when you refer to template, you're talking about how it looks. Is that right?
And what the default text is in that document, right? It is
Oh,
both how it
okay,
looks
yeah.
and the default.
Oh,
It
that's something. These are two things, two different things.
Good
Yeah.
point. One is the
Yeah.
appearance, and the other one is the sections that are automatically created when you first start up. Is that right?
Yeah, so all the textual stuff is in Markdown files.
Yes.
All the visual stuff is in sort of front end templates, and I think he does that with NPM. But
He
I've
does
asked
that
him
with
to come
NPM.
in the. But I'll have to give me 2 seconds, so I'll share
Sure.
the right link to him so that he can come in the meeting.
Sure. All good.
So I first have to get it myself from meetings. There we go.
So in order for somebody to get because I'm looking at the checklist, the document has been signed a TOP permanent permalink. But
Yes.
who can log in to assign the permalink? I don't think I can.
So the permalink is, as we described on that page, it is an algorithm.
To write a
And
link.
what's that?
The algorithm to write the link.
Yes. Okay. So you're talking about, so the spec authors follow the algorithm once they've got a date on the specification and all that. They put that in the document, and then it needs to get a version of the I think it's the PDF version, then needs to get put on the website.
So I'm going to ask for in the checklists, in the review committee report.
Yep.
I'm going to ask what is the proposed permalink and what is the reserved DOI.
Yes. Perfect. Those
Okay.
are the two things that should be in there. Yes. Exactly. I think the permalink algorithm, we thought that through. It doesn't need any changes. It's
Yeah.
very straightforward. Okay.
We're waiting for Cora, I think.
Okay, no problem. No rush. If he's available, that would be great. No, it's well into the evening for you.
Yeah. 7:30 for him, 6:30 for me, PM.
Are you? Oh, you're
That's all
in
right, yeah.
Portugal?
Yep.
Yeah. Rough life there, Hank. I know. I feel for you. What's the temperature like right now?
Here it is, well, it differs between 15 and 20 degrees.
Oh, yeah. Poor guy. Here comes Core.
All right.
Hello.
Hi,
Oh,
Core.
How you doing, Core?
um, I'm trying to get my sound okay. So input. So
We can hear you well. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Good. You've been anointed the Emperor of Spec Up T.
Wow.
Yeah, we decided God wasn't enough. It needed to be the Emperor.
Yeah, I'm very honored.
Good. It's a lifetime commitment, by the way. Actually, lifetime and beyond. You know, emperors.
Okay.
We build them pyramids, and
I'm a bit nervous.
so anyway, what we're just going over is we have the support of the well, I don't know. I guess the steering committee has said, hey, we propose that we actually have a trust over IP specification template that we create in using SpecUpT, so that our standard process now for new specifications going forward, and we want to start decentralized trust graph working group once is ready at the waiting to do this. We create a SpecUpT template that is the standard template for technical specifications from TrustRP.
Yeah.
And once we have that template, any new specification starts with that. And so it has basically the standard boilerplate and instructions and appearance or sections. I didn't mean instructions that a specification needs, and that way the specification editors and authors just need to go in and put in the content, and the boilerplate and the SpecUpT support is all built in. That's our goal. And so we just wanted to check with you because we have a couple of us, myself, Martina Kopondinos, and Carly's supervising us to make sure everything is copacetic. So we just wanted to check with you about if, in creating that template, SpecUpT comes with a standard set of, what do you call them? The default documents that are part of it.
Yeah. It's what do we call them? There are a few markdown files. I think it's called spec head and spec body or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
And yeah, and then there is a subdirectory, a subfolder that contains the terms and definitions. And the spec head and the spec body, you could call that the template, I guess.
Yes.
And now your question is your question, can we have multiple standard templates? Is that the question? or
Well, I I'm not so much worried about multiple as just creating one that we can use as a starting point for trust over IP technical specs.
yeah,
Given that the current default, I don't even know, where that came from. And so if we can, it sounds like most of it is just taking those the default like I said, spec of T head
Yeah.
and spec
Text
body
block. Mhm.
and editing those so that they have the default things that we need, and then and then creating an instance of spec up T that uses those, or is that what we're talking about?
yeah, I could it's I think it's very easy if you so if you would send me a new structure, a new heading and text structure, I could just paste it into the spec heading and the spec body. I could publish a new npm version, and you would have it on the next. If you would create a new spec of T specification, you would have it.
Yep, that's that's what I thought,
Yeah,
and that's all. I just wanted to confirm that that's what we need to do.
yeah,
So
Is that the
and
that
you could also
boilerplate, Core? Will that be the boilerplate or?
yeah, there is a there in the spec of T repository there is a section called I've created a section called the boilerplate, and if you create a new spec of T install, it copies that boilerplate.
copies that boilerplate.
And we could also create something. We could also create multiple boilerplates, and so you could choose from. So maybe trust over IP requires a certain structure of the a structure of the how the text is constructed, and maybe Carry Foundation would have another
Mhm.
Right.
structure, and then I could program something that you could that when you create a spec of T installation, it would ask what kind of what do you want? Do you want the Carry Foundation template, or the Trust over IP template, or a generic template? That would be possible. They could have different designs, so you could have a
Yeah.
Right.
different colors or whatever.
That would be ideal, what you just
Yeah,
described. It would also
yeah,
make it the most flexible tool, because then any
yeah,
community could say, designer template, use spec up T for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why that would not be possible. So yeah,
All right. Then the job on our side then is to create that the boilerplate for those docs, and get that to you. And
yeah,
then we'd be in position. We're ready to start at least one, probably two specs by the time that's ready. And
Yeah.
so we can also be the guinea pigs.
Mhm.
yeah,
We can test it
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, given,
No
well, I
problem.
guess you could say that Carry Suite Working Group and Carry Foundation is the original guinea pig, so we can be, guinea pig too. Yeah,
No problem. Yeah,
right.
it would require a bit of yeah, I would have to restructure it, but it's possible.
All right. I mean,
That's
Hank,
great.
I don't want to add, to the workload here. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to,
Yeah,
make it the tool that we can start using for all Trust RP specs.
yeah,
And
No, I think that's not the case here. It would be the case if you would say we want different functionality
right,
in our boilerplate than in a different one in another one. We want to keep that, one type of functionality. And if you can, I know Core has a configuration file. If you can configure it that's okay. Then it's part of your boilerplate. But as soon as we have to, you know, uh, distinguish uh, all sorts of functionality,
Right.
that's the same reason why we've not made it backward compatible with Spec Up, the original Spec Up, because we had gone too far already. It was too much
Yeah,
work to go back to what they had,
exactly.
and
And
so we
that's
want to keep that in one
not a
line.
problem. No, I like that. It's very, very clean separation. There's spec of T functionality, and that is, and then the boilerplate is simply how you load it up to get started with
But if you
a
want to have
spec.
green buttons or a different, that's a totally different thing.
Yeah,
So that is how it looks. And,
yeah,
and the boilerplate also contains the standard text for your organization. And you could even, and I don't want to motivate you to do that, but because you could also step away from the fact that we have spec head and spec body. You could create like 20 markdown files because that's the power of spec up. You can list them in the
yes,
configuration file and then they come up. But what we've seen is that it's most easy to just have spec head and spec body because for editing purposes, that's the far easiest way to do it. Because
yes.
when you see the whole document, you don't know which MD file it is. So you have to look for. So that's why, and you know
So
what is before the your glossary and what is after the glossary. That is pretty clear. So yeah, I would say
I
put everything in spec head and in spec body.
I
What that's
very much like that because I have worked with earlier versions
yeah.
where it was like, well, which
Yeah,
MD
yeah,
is
exactly.
doing what? It's like getting
Yeah,
even. So I
yeah.
really like
So,
that, keeping it simple. Yeah.
well, I think you have the latest interesting functionality we've seen. He had to build it in, and then he had to build it out again for the Xanadu process because it gave too much information as and what it did was it showed you how incompatible your drafts were with the resource
Yeah.
they
If
use.
if an external reference changes on the external side, you get a warning in your document real time, and it shows you a red button, but the red
Where
is
was that
very
again, sir? Uh,
sorry.
where was that? Where could I find
Oh,
that again?
yeah, yes, that slide
Here?
in menu, yeah, and then
And then?
at the bottom is experimental.
Oh, yeah, yeah, exactly. This one here, yeah. Okay. So this is interesting because now you go and you see these warning signs here. We thought
uh,
that's not a good idea to have that in your final
It's a bit,
version
it's a
in
bit too,
Xanadu.
it's a bit too much.
Yeah. But
It
it is
looks like radioactivity or something.
I was gonna say yes.
so that's
Don't
why
don't touch
Core,
that term.
yeah, so that's why Core made this here, and it shows you where the source has changed
Oh,
compared to the tref.
I see.
Because yeah, you don't want to automatically accept them because it's
Right.
a role. Somebody has to approve it. You know,
Yes.
do we take the next definition that our the party we relied on has changed, or do we keep the old definition? And that's a decision process that you have to make for your own
Yeah,
specification.
absolutely.
And the only
Wow.
thing this does is it shows it, and I think that's great functionality. But it was a bit too much because if people see this in Xanadu as the version one, they would be, oh no, no, this is not good. But it is good. I mean, the definition is this. Oh, sorry. That's another interesting thing we have to go through. But if you see this, it's still a valid definition. It's
Yes.
just not compatible with the not anymore with the tref that you've used.
Yep. Yep. I like the feature that you can turn that on and see what
Yeah,
has
exactly.
changed
And
like
now
that.
it's off. Now it's clean as.
Yeah.
So
Very,
good.
very
Yeah.
nice. That's a
Yep.
wow.
So, Cora, I think what we can do is just simply in this one here, where we would like to have that DOI thing, I think we can simply uh,
That would,
paste it in the
Henk,
yeah,
does that should that be the same DOI, the same DOI?
yeah, the same DOI, yeah, yeah,
Aha.
the
I
same
Uh,
DOI.
I'm doing some. I have to do some research about the DOIs because Drummond, here's a.
DOIs, okay.
Oh no, I've heard DOIs and DOIs. The
Okay, yeah,
academic
DOI.
side. The anyway, so
DOI.
DOI,
DOI.
yeah. So for Zenodo, the thing is that it automatically it's supposed to give the whole concept of the carry of say carry a DOI, and when you reference that concept DOI, it goes to the latest version. Versus it also gives a specific release a DOI, and then you go to there. But it's not clear to me when you reserve a DOI because they hide it from you if you're getting a concept or a version
I
DOI.
see.
And then because so core sorry Hank has already auto incremented and now the DOI the registration is already onto version 2 of version 1 of ACDC. So I think what we
I
might
think it
have
was, I'm afraid it was coursework, but that doesn't matter.
but we
It's not
can't
a
undo
problem.
it. We can't
Yeah.
undo it in the
Oh, that's no
so
problem.
but I can talk with I was going to write to Zenodo and say, "Hey, how do I manage different versions and how do I reserve the next DOI in order to insert it in? Or we just do a whole new Zenodo minting process for each version of ACDC that comes out."
I know you can change you can re-upload within 30 days, they say.
Oh yeah?
30 days. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna
And also that well, that changed through time. So, but I think the easiest thing is just to create a new DOI
yep,
and
a whole new Zenodo record because and the
yeah.
reason I'm asking is because I have to write this into the instructions as well. So then we
Mm,
won't get the cool DOI versioning, but I'm okay with that. That we I think it's better to have each one and then the version chain will be via ACDC referencing previous spec.
yeah.
Okay,
So what,
so you there's also a DOI versioning. Is
Yeah,
what you're saying, Ka?
there's also DOE versioning because this is so core. I'm gonna find that 50 million because we do have a problem that here Hank, can I just quickly share?
yeah,
Or
yeah,
yeah, or
yeah.
if you click on the DOI, let's see what that says on the record. You can see on the right
Yeah, here.
version, you're on version
Yeah,
2.
yeah, exactly. And this is version 1, but I can't select it. View
And
all
then
three
see
versions.
there. Oh, wait, that was it.
Yeah.
Go back. I just saw. So let's see what it says in the specification itself. It says the concept. You can cite all versions using 18792.085.
Oh, yeah,
18792.085.
yeah.
So
I
what
see.
does it say in carry?
Let me
I'm gonna
see.
look at the
You
latest
mean in
version.
ACDC? In ACDC, you
In
mean?
ACDC, it says
A
that's not
different
the
one.
same. That's so which version is that? 7357. 7357. So go back to Zenodo 7357.
357. That's
7357,
version
735
2.
is version 2. So version 2 corresponds to version 1. I don't know if we can reach out to
Yeah, and
Zenodo
then
and get
we,
it
yeah,
fixed.
so we need to have this, any number, not in the latest, which we call version 1.1. That was a preference of Sam. He liked that to have it
Okay.
1.1, but we need to have that same number here in this one. The good thing about these freezes, these are freezes in Spec of T. We can go in there and just do it by hand. We just, you know,
Okay.
we
Hank,
change, yeah,
yeah, if I can, so in this snapshot or freeze, it should have the same DOI as the version 1.1. That's what you're saying. I
I would say, I
can
would say if we have the opportunity to do it right, we could go to Zenodo here and then mark the number one here, and that has a different number. This version number is 18792086. That corresponds with version one. But I'm afraid that you've done in version two vital stuff that needs to be in there.
Um,
I'm not
well,
sure.
let me think. I think this version one was when I forgot to run the render step in
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Spec Up
yeah, yeah,
T.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then I
So
created
version,
version. I had no idea how this whole thing was working, so I
yeah.
yeah,
created an. I never thought that. So now I realize that if you create a new Zenodo DOI from the same repository, that there's going to be a version one, version two.
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I
Yeah.
never realized that.
Yeah.
So to go a little bit broader here, when I think about how much we're for decentralizing things and that we're not relying on as an authority, we can see here that in this automated system without an authority, that your mistakes and confusions are permanently embedded into the digital systems. So there's much more
Even
requirement to
for
get
an
it right.
emperor,
Huh?
even for an emperor.
Even for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Drummond, it's like a fragility of the system. It's going to get messy when people screw up and you don't have an authority who can go in and say, "Oh, let me fix that for you."
But
Well,
the
well, it's not
emperor can
even.
just
Yeah.
wave his wand and make it happen.
No, he
That's why
can't.
we're
Not.
appointing an emperor.
It's
I
just
no,
something.
No,
Yeah.
I think
I want to say something. It's not screwing up, for sure not. It's working like a robot. You need to work like a
Yes.
robot, and I really
Yes.
have to support Corey here,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he'd nearly done everything right.
I know.
Just one small
I
glitch,
know.
and then there you go.
I know. Yeah.
But
So
it's simply not
I
fair to be
absolutely.
confronted with these kind of systems. We need to get rid of it as soon as possible. It's a time eater, it's an energy eater, and
yes.
Yeah.
I
it's
I don't. I what I was thinking is, since we can make a reservation for a DOI, so you can get a DOI in advance. I could get 10 DOIs in advance. I could put them in a GitHub action, and maybe so I could automate it. I'm not sure if
oh
so
my
if
God. But
Yeah,
they
yeah,
don't give
yeah.
you the number.
They do have it. They have a GitHub automation tool, which I don't use because it doesn't have the bank of DOIs in order to add it. But your system there, yeah.
My God. Because they don't hand out a number as soon as you reserve it, if
They
I
do.
understand correct. They
You
they
do.
do.
do?
So
You
you
can
could
get the
stack.
number as soon as you reserve it. I just don't know how long they will hold it on your
Yeah,
behalf.
exactly.
And then will they also assign it to your specific repository? Because if you go to the next version, it should align with the next DOI that they've reserved for you.
Well, so and that's just the thing. The first DOI of version one, that you can reserve. But now when you go to make version two, I don't
Mhm.
think you can get version two, reserve version two's DOI to go and add it in so that it shows up correct here. So that's why I'm going to email them. I'm going to
I
email them.
think what if we use here this one,
You
the
can use
one
that one, and that'll always go to the latest version.
exactly. So when we do that, we just put in the documents always only this one.
Yes, that'll make
Okay.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
Then
you're going
there
to
we go.
always cite the latest version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
I
do
th
you get that? So if we change the DOI in the spec up T,
yeah.
spec head to 18972085 for version 1.1 in SpecUp and also 1.0 freeze. So we have to reverse engineer that so that we can put it in. And I've done that before, but you need to edit HTML there. That's a bit of a problem because
Yeah, that's not the
is that doable for you?
yeah, but
Okay. Then we have to create a new version. I understand that it will invoke a new hash, and that's why we get version 3 on Xanadu
yeah,
side. But it will be available via this only, the one site
Yeah,
all versions. So if
yeah,
we put this one in and we don't ever put a new version number in, it
yeah,
will always go to all the versions at the Xanadu site.
yeah.
So yeah. And the
Okay.
next time with Carrie and Caesar, we do it right away with this one and not with version 1 or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna check about that, Hank, because when you
Yep.
reserve a DOI, you only see
then
one DOI, and they
yeah,
don't tell me if
yeah,
it's the specific or the concept DOI. So I'm
exactly.
gonna write to them all these questions now,
Yeah, okay. All
and
right.
I will
And I must
So,
say that their documentation could need some improvement. It's not very
yeah,
yep,
clear.
yep,
they
I
have to
agree.
roll it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
All
gonna
right.
Oy.
How do we get rid of this as soon as possible?
Are you kidding? You know
Yeah, no,
how
I
it's this
mean,
is
I'm organizing a carry conference and I'm losing time on silly numbers on a silly
I'm
system.
so sorry.
Hank, there are two there are two ways of doing this, as I understand. This what we now do is manual, but we can also give Zenodo connect Zenodo to the GitHub repo, and then
Mhm.
it's all automated.
Let
But
me look that up. Let me look that up.
Yeah.
I will get a process for you.
Yeah, and please sync that with the one that Core already has his own
I,
process.
Yeah.
Because if we miss one single small step, we can start over new.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. Well, if ACDC is fulfilled, then we can go to Carrie and Caesar, and later did WebS and whatever new spec is needs to be doit.
Don't publish anything yet.
All right. I think we got 5 minutes left.
Yep. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
I
Thanks,
mean,
Core, for joining.
Yep.
this time with the Emperor of
bye.
Spec Up Tea is very precious. So thank you, Emperor, and
I like
we,
it.
yeah, and we will give you a gift, an offering of some markdown templates. Again, it won't be this week. It'll probably be sometime the following week when I get together with that, and we'll make an offering of those to the Emperor and see if they please you.
Okay, I will await it.
Excellent.
Okay, bye.
All right. Thanks so much, Cora.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fantastic.
oh,
Oh, I
Carly,
guess we.
Carly took off.
I guess.
Carly took off too. She
Yeah.
she saw a good occasion.
She said, "That's it." Okay. All right.
She sneaked behind Cord through the door.
Exactly. All good. All good. Well, really appreciate it as always. How's planning for CarryCon going?
Yeah, well, that's I accepted this chore from Sam because he was like up to his neck, but I regret it. I would really have done this later, like in May or whatever.
Yep.
But he wanted to present the specs at the conference, and we're still busy finding or confirming speakers. We have
Yep.
many ideas to do so. But they have to be confirmed, and Sam is the only one that can do that can check the content. And in the meanwhile, I'm getting sponsors in, and we use LinkedIn a lot
Yep.
for that to find people and to create a network and make it a bit bigger. You've seen your name mentioned a few times, I think, in the LinkedIn, and then
Oh, sure.
yeah, what we get is we get thumbs up, and that's it. We would like to have a discussion sometimes, that people start responding. For example, I've with the help of Stefan, um, um, I've uh, I've written a few, how you call them, pinching or just a jab there remarks in the EIDAS group.
Yep. Yep.
They are building that, and some people say that SETI in the US is EIDAS done right. So
Mm.
I threw that in, but nobody responded on the content. So
Well,
I
there's
would
been
hope. Sorry?
there's one there's one more place you might are you on the credentials community group mailing list at W3C?
No.
Okay. Uh
Credentials?
yeah, credentials community group. I'll get the link here for you because I was just
Yep.
I was there. Yeah, that mailing list has had a good CCG. I think that's it. Okay. Group homepage.
But the rest is going great because SETI is right before us in the same venue. And so people, and I will visit IOW as well. I will fly from Utah to California.
Yes.
So yeah, there's a
Perfect.
great combination because the Chris Bramwell of SETI he has invited other states as well. So we hope they stay over
Yes.
for the more for the real deal, for the real carry deal.
There
And
you go. There you go. Excellent. Yeah. Anyway, I was just going to say that I put the link in there that
yeah,
the mailing list, which is a public mailing list for CCG, has had some excellent discussions about someone basically brought up SETI there, and I can't remember how it started, but anyway, a long discussion, a very excellent one of comparing, the
all
SETI
right,
and yeah.
that's fantastic.
So, and they're public archives too, so you can search and see there. But I think that
Yeah.
that I didn't participate much in this last week because I was really busy at the Links Foundation Member Summit.
Mhm.
But I was just pointing out that's a good place to bring it up too.
Yeah. Well, I won't, dig up old matters, but if it's recent and it's applicable, then I could post
Sure.
something about it.
And you can always, I'm just pointing out, it's pretty common there if there are events in the space to just send a
An
message to that group.
invitation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
great.
That's not, no one
Yeah.
considers that spam. That's just
All
informing
right.
everyone.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, what I normally do is I ask the administrator, and then, but
Yeah,
if you say so, I'll take the risk. No worries.
yep. Yep.
Thank you
Oh,
for
good.
that. And I see we are on top of the hour, so
Yes.
might have to go.
Excellent. Once
Okay.
again, thanks for everything you're doing.
Yeah,
And
I do
we'll
my
talk
best,
soon.
and yeah, we'll see.
You bet. All
Bye
right.
bye.
Take care. Thank
Thank you. You too.